Welcome back to Variologies. I'm Dan Calcagno. Today we're going to be looking at God and his relationship with the future. Does God know the future? Is the future set in stone? Let's find out. What if I told you that the future is not set in stone, even from God's perspective? This idea might change the way you think about everything from prayer to personal choices. But first, a brief recap of the traditional views regarding God and the future and where we fit into things. Firstly, the perspective that the future is predetermined by God. The future is completely predetermined by God, which means that every event, every choice that humans make is scripted, if you will, by God. And so, in a sense, our free will is an illusion. There's also the view that holds that the future is foreknown by God. God knows the future exhaustively as it will unfold, including every choice that we will make. And this suggests that although we make choices, those choices are known by God ahead of time. Thankfully, there's a third option, and it's called Open Theism, or better, the open view of the future. And it is this, that God knows the future as it is, as a set of possibilities rather than certainties. The future is shaped by God and by us, those given free will by Him. And that means that some events might indeed be settled due to God's direct intervention or perhaps the natural consequences of certain actions, but much of the future is open and can be influenced by our free decisions. And this is all throughout Scripture. Think of Genesis chapter 6, verse 6, where God regrets making man, or 1 Samuel 15:11, where God regrets making Saul king. Scriptures like this indicate that God is interacting with the world in a dynamic and responsive way. The choices that his creatures made had a real effect on him and what he decided to do. So open theism argues that God's knowledge of the future includes all possible outcomes and not just one fixed timeline. And so therefore, this view enhances the significance of prayer and of our actions. Unlike views where the future is fixed and unchangeable, open theism holds that our choices and prayers can actually and genuinely affect outcomes and even God's actions. And it also provides a fresh perspective on the problem of evil. From this perspective, evil isn't something that God caused or desired, but a consequence of genuine human freedom. So, from the open theist perspective, yes, God is sovereign and omniscient, but he's also dynamically engaged with the world, which is a world filled with real choices and possibilities. And so consider how this view could transform the way you view prayer. Suddenly prayer and our role in things takes on greater significance. The prayers that you pray and the actions that you take, the choices that you make, have a real effect on the future, on what will come to pass, and maybe even how God will do things. Now, to be fair, this is a very brief overview of open theism. If you're interested in learning more about this perspective, and if you'd like me to go into detail, please let me know in the comments. Please let me know of any scriptures specifically that you'd like me to cover, and maybe even I will devote a Patreon exclusive Bible study to this topic. If you'd like to support me, please do visit patreon.com/variologies. Like this video, share it with others, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on X at Dan Calcagno, and visit variologies.com. Thanks for watching.